From absolute masterpieces to straight up trash, I read pretty much every manhwa out there and ranked each and every one of them. Lookism, which started off as a simple high school drama about an ugly, bullied kid who one day just wakes up as a literal walking gym poster, to a story that quickly spirals into stalking, child labor, gang fight, robbery, kidnapping, murder, drug cartels, money laundering, to pretty much every crime imaginable. The Return of the Crazy Demon is a story about the return of the crazy demon. This has some pretty funny moments and the art is pretty good. Plus 99 Wooden Stick is a manhwa about a guy who somehow manages to enchant a random fucking stick through a 1 in a trillion chance, which becomes the most game-breaking item possible. And by game-breaking, I mean game-breaking. He destroyed the planet multiple times. Solo Leveling is one of the, if not the manhwa to popularize the whole of manhwa community. More than 80% of the manhwa readers exist now because of this one single manhwa. For the lore alone, it gets an A. The Dark Magician transmigrates after 66,666 years later. That is the title, by the way. The main character is this OP black magician dude who challenged the authority of the freaking gods by planning to kill them all. But he failed in the end. Only because literally every god in the world came together to seal this one dude in a completely different dimension. But even so, his desire to destroy these gods, who are literally the most powerful entities in the story, was so strong, he came back 66,666 years later as a femboy. The Secret Life of the Demon King is a manhwa that made me feel... Yeah, I just gave porn. Elf who likes to be humiliated is also another manhwa that made me feel... Yes, it's also porn. Honestly got me invested. The second Enoch regains his manhood. Alright, stop that music. This one isn't porn, I think. And Enoch is someone who doesn't have a PP. And this main character also doesn't have a PP. He had no choice but to live as a transgender man. He killed himself. Then he regressed back in time, regained his PP, killed the guy who cut his PP off, and then started hanging stones on his balls to make his PP stronger. Past life regressors. At this point, I have probably read more manhwas than the amount of days Solo Leveling fans have been alive. And among them, there's like only 2 manhwas that actually make use of this wonder that is regression. And this is one of them. The main character actually uses his knowledge of the future to do things that normally most of us wanted to do while reading these manhwas. Things like buying Bitcoin early, committing huge tax fraud, buying Facebook, manipulating the stock market, letting 9/11 happen, cause that's a canon event, taking over the world from the shadows, and making sure to profit from every war that has ever happened since then. Honestly, this manhwa needs a video on itself. I obtained a mythic item. Another regression manhwa where the main character is a weakling in his first life and then becomes OP in his second life. It's so generic. So, as I was saying, this is the greatest manhwa I have ever... Nah, just kidding. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. It's obviously a manhwa about 2 guys who are secretly in love with each other. The story follows their journey as they slowly figure things out, face challenges together, and grow closer with each step. It's about love and learning to accept yourself, and finding the courage to be who you truly are. The Greatest Estate Developer. This man gets isekai'd in a medieval world as a broke-ass nigga. Another very average cliché manhwa. And then he summons a giant dirt-eating hamster, a snake that farts volcanic ash, a chicken that poops bombs, brainwashes entire empires, enslaves the mermaids, and then bags the queen. And that's only like half of what he does. Poison Dragon. Yandere, old man. And I mean... Yandere, old man. Eternally Regressing Night. Alright, so basically it's something like this.
Oh god, I'm dead! Did I just not die when I got killed? Oh god, why are you killing me?
Because you smell like shit!
The Extra Survival Academy Guide. This manhwa till now has been such a surprise. It started off as a seemingly generic manhwa that I'd read about another 100 times. Then right away, the story started off developing in an interesting route. It feels as if it's doing the generic incredibly well. The characters are great, girls are even greater, but the greatest of them all is our Chad main character. The Legendary Moonlight Sculpture. What is the purpose of life? Love, success, or if happiness comes to mind, congratulations. You are not desperate. This hit hard, but not as hard as a 6-year hiatus. Ranker who lives the second time. Let's be honest, no one even remembers this anymore. D tier for being irrelevant. The world after the fall. Honestly, I didn't understand anything after a certain point. I'd give it more, but I don't care. My wife is from 1,000 years ago. Hands down, this is one of the best Chinese manhwas out there. The main character is absolutely goated. The romance isn't like one of those trash Japanese bullshit, but actually feels realistic. Unlike Japanese crap where main character takes like 10 years to even hold hands, the main character here realizes his feelings, he confesses, she realizes her feelings, she accepts, and they get married and have kids now, so. Also, main character has a feet fetish. Player who returned 10,000 years later is a story about a player who returned 10,000 years later, I guess. I mean, why do I even put these here? Surviving as a genius on borrowed time. So the main character is some kind of heavenly genius who doesn't have much time to live, apparently. Somehow he's the kind of main character to create like his own sect and stuff. Still pretty average. Not something I haven't seen. Reaper of the Drifting Moon. Dark, brutal assassin story with an insane training arc in the beginning. Then main character takes his ultimate form as a femboy. Another failure. Records of a swordsman scholar. Who do you think would win in a fight? A guy who has been training all his life in martial arts and honed his skill and has actual experience fighting, or a guy who has only read books all his life? The Celestial who returned from hell. This had so much potential that I feel so bad every time I remember this manhwa. I don't even want to think about it. It's just straight D tier. Anyway, that is the end of the video. So the thing is, this video was supposed to come out much sooner. And by that, I mean like 2 years ago. Now, the video was actually supposed to be 100 manhwas instead of however many I did here, but I just really wanted to finish this video because this video had been haunting me like really bad. Like if I would see dreams about this video, I'm not even kidding. So I finally finished it. I don't expect any views or anything like that. My channel's been dead for 2 years now. Not that it was ever alive, but if by chance this video gets decent amount of views, and if you'd like to see more of these kind of content, then please let me know in the comments. Thank you. Why the fuck are you still